All right, you guys. Benivita, the four pillars, understanding the opportunity. This is Lonnie Boswell. If you guys never seen me, that's a picture of me right here. I'm a pastor, also a business builder and coach. And my number one thing that I do for work is I'm a trader, a master trader. But this isn't about me. This is about Benevita, and I'm so happy that we have the president of Benevita here, you guys. Jessica, man, Guzman. I mean, thank you so much for being on this call with us. And we're
Absolutely.
just so happy to have you here. And I know you want to tell us some things. And we have all ears open, and we're ready to hear everything that you're going to tell us. It's going to be exciting.
Awesome. So can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so one of the things that I'm here to kind of just walk you through is the process of what happens once your customer purchases a package. So right now we're having challenges with the storefront only allowing us to send a generic email because it can't separate customer from ambassador right now. So for the next few days, maybe a week, I'm hoping to have this resolved in the next few days. I'm going to have you bear with me and make sure that you're really following up with your customers so they know exactly what to expect. Within, hopefully by next week, I will have emails for them that will be so clear that I still encourage you to follow up with them, but right now it's definitely imperative. So, one of the challenges we had last time when everybody was signing up as an ambassador was somehow you guys ended up on it was like a different back it was a different back office, so a lot of you were asking me what your user number was because you couldn't remember your username. Long story short, you ended up in our by design portal. That's another thing that we're working on to make sure you only have one login. So, for example, once I directed these people just to log in through the portal that you manage your subscription on, and you'll receive that email right now. Um, that's the main link that you want to use. It's through Shopify, and through there you can always log into your back office. So I had John share the link with you guys on the portal so that you could on the thread on the ambassadors thread, in case it's been a month, in case any of you forgot how to log in, I gave the specific link. So if you ever get logged out of your back office or it's asking you to that you need some user number, just go back to that link, and that link will put you back to your dashboard. It'll place you back into your portal that will show you. You just click on your back office. So please use that link. And if somebody could go into the ambassadors and post that link in the chat, that would be really helpful. So everybody remembers how to log in, just in case you ever come to that where it's asking you for some user number or something like that to log in. Also, another favor, if you do end up at that site that's asking you for a user number because it's saying you don't know your username, send that link over to me because I'm trying to shut it down so there's only one point of entry and there's not confusion. Okay. So that was the main thing because that was confusing so many ambassadors last time that I wanted to make that clear, to use that login link that we posted in the ambassadors thread, and that will always take you to your dashboard and your back office. It'll have your customer link and your ambassador link. Okay, second thing. So when you are becoming a customer, I need you to use your customer link. Now, remember, as an ambassador, you have the option whether you want to become a customer or not. We did have someone, instead of using their own customer link, they went onto our website, benivita.com, and they purchased their package through there. Do not do that. You want to use your customer link to buy your package. So again, if you don't remember your customer link or you don't have access to it or your ambassador link, go to that link that we put in the ambassadors thread earlier so that you can log in and get your customer link and your ambassador link. Again, use that to purchase your package. Let me see. Okay, so this is what happens after somebody purchases their customer package. Shopify will automatically send you 3 emails. When you're purchasing your package, or if you're purchasing to become an ambassador, you're automatically going to create an account through Benevita's Shopify. So you'll automatically get that link or that email that's going to tell you you have created your account. And that's where you can go to, if you want to go, it'll have the link on how to log in on that first email. The second one will be the order confirmation with the details of your order, if you purchase the single, the +1, or the family package. And then the third one will be the subscription email that'll tell you if you need to manage your subscription, if you need to cancel, click here, and this will take you to that login page. So again, those 3 emails are pretty generic right now. So if you do get a customer that purchases from you, you want to automatically follow up and let them know that they're going to be also, so those 3 emails are coming from Benevita. But now, in order for them to open up their app where they're going to have all of their benefits, they're going to receive an email from My Benefits Works. That's what it's going to look like. My Benefits Works. My Benefits Works will send them an email that will allow them to download the app, or if they just want to go through the website, and allow them to look at all of their services. As ambassadors, again, it is optional for you to purchase a package, but my recommendation is you want to purchase it because you want to be able to guide your customers. You want to be able to show them, hey, as soon as they buy it, if you don't walk them through the app, then they might not use it and cancel within 30 days. So you want to show them how to use Recurro. So once they get that email from My Benefits Works, they're going to download the app. They're going to create the account. And on that My Benefits Works email, it's going to have all the information they need to create their account. Once they're logged in to their portal on the My Benefits Works app, Benevita app, right? They're going to see Recurro as the first portal, and they're going to need to register. I recommend you to have them register immediately because sometimes it can take another 24 to 48 hours until they're able to use that platform. So if they need a doctor, down the line, you don't want them to register at the last minute. So as soon as they purchase it and have their app open, you want them to register so that as soon as they're registered within 24 to 48 hours, they can see a doctor. Then I will do a training on this once we have more customers where I'll actually show you the app and how to go through it and things like that. But basically, you just go into Recurro and you'll see right away where it says that if you need to order a doctor 24/7, that means it's urgent care. The other one is for primary care, and that again is managed care. So somebody that if you know a person that say they have diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and they just need a doctor to manage that for them. Instead of paying, so much money for insurance, you just go under primary care and you get a doctor who will begin managing these chronic conditions with you. You'll get your lab work for free because they'll have to do lab work, obviously. And then all of those generic medications for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, things like that, those are free. For diabetes, there's so many medications. So if it's a semaglutide, it's not included. But let's say they're on metformin, that is included. So again, primary care is amazing if you just have that person that's like, all I need is my medications every month. Okay, well, then use primary care and you'll just get your medications every month for free. And you'll have a primary care physician that'll keep sending you the refills and blah, 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 right? If you, the 24/7 is the urgent care in case something comes up and you need urgent care, then they'll see you. If you do it through a phone, they'll call you back sometimes within 10 minutes. But we always tell people to wait 2 hours. If you opt for video, the video is going to be inside of the app in your dashboard. And that usually takes about 2 hours. But if you're like, I need to see them now, then I recommend using phone. There's also therapists that you can schedule. It has all of their profiles, so you could go through them to see which one you feel the most comfortable with. You usually have to book them within 48 hours. There's also a psychiatrist in there in case you need like antidepressants or anxiety, but that is not included for free with your subscription. That one you have to pay additional for. So that's Recuro. If you get an urgent care doctor that says, hey, I'm going to prescribe you something like, I'm trying to remember that common medication that you always get during amoxicillin during urgent care. So you go to Manifest RX and again, register with Manifest RX as soon as you sign up as a customer. And then once you're registered and signed in, you'll see every medication you get for free. So you'll see amoxicillin, you'll type in amoxicillin, and it'll tell you use this card at CVS or Walgreens or Costco, whatever your pharmacy is. Just show them this card and you'll get your amoxicillin for free. Now, if it's under managed care, like your metformin or high blood pressure or cholesterol, and for men, even ED, like that generic Viagra and Cialis, that has to go through the 90 days. That has to go through the mail order and they'll give you a 90-day supply of it. So let's say you put the generic Cialis in there, then it'll pop up with the little thing that will say, tell your doctor, to say that Manifest is your pharmacy and give him this number. And they'll, you give your doctor that number, your primary care physician. They'll enter it as your pharmacy and you'll receive it within a week. So that's 90-day supply received within a week. If it's urgent care medication, that you can always pick up at your local pharmacy.
I got
And
a tip on that. So a lot of times if you go to the same pharmacy and if you have insurance, the pharmacy will automatically choose whatever one gets them the most money. So like if you have insurance with like a $20 copay, but the Benivita is free, they'll be like, you have to use the insurance. You must do that because they'll make more money from it. But you can have the doctor send a prescription to a different pharmacy you don't normally go to, that they don't know about your health insurance, and then you can just use a Benivita, and there won't be a conflict there. So that's kind of a trick if you're having issues getting your prescriptions filled with a no cost manifest RX because of a health insurance conflict. Go to a pharmacy you haven't been before, have the doctor send a prescription to that when you've never been before. They won't know what your insurance situation is, and they can just use the Benevita because I think that's all you have. So just a little
That
trick
is
there.
true. And I know with John's medication at CVS and Costco, I did run into that issue. They didn't tell me that I had to use my insurance, but they automatically pulled up my insurance. And I said, no, I want to use it under this card. And it was the one that I pulled up. And so for us, they went ahead and did it. But I like that solution of just go to another pharmacy where they don't know you and then you won't have trouble at all. So that's a good pointer, David. Thanks for sharing. Let's see. So yeah, that's pretty much it with Recuro and Manifest. And again, once we start getting more customers, if there are ambassadors that become customers and you guys want me to do a training on the app, then I can certainly do that. So I can show you. I've already used almost every benefit in our portal, so I can definitely show you how to use all of them. Again, with primary care, you get lab work for free, but right now we're living in a generation where there's so many conspiracy theories and people are like, I need to know what this is, and my doctor doesn't want to do it. So we have where you can go and get discount lab work. Like I think if you just want to check your A1C, just because you can pay $35 to do that. So some are more expensive, some are cheaper, but we have discount lab work as well. There are so many discount services in there that are really amazing that I really encourage everybody to check out your portal and play with it, because you're going to see how many savings are in there that you're going to be blown away. I know with Laudo, in the beginning, he was just kind of like going through the motions, like, okay, this is cool. But when he had the app and I was actually going through it with him, like, through every section, he was just blown away at how much was in there. He couldn't believe it. He's like, I don't get it. Like, how is this only 69, 79, or 89? Because there's just so much in there that you guys don't realize. So discount for hearing aids, for hearing tests, so much. I mean, it's just amazing. So with that being said, does anybody have any questions on what I just shared?
I did have a question. I asked this before. I can't remember the answer, but if you sign up as like an agent and then you sign up for the benefited service under yourself as an agent, do you get credit for yourself as a customer or not?
So, well, okay, I'm glad you brought that up, because when you become, so if you're an ambassador and you have a customer, and then that customer becomes an ambassador, you lose that customer. That's why it's better to have 35 customers, because you never know who's going to cancel or become an ambassador. So you can maintain your 25. You want to try to maintain 35. But yes, once you, as an ambassador, use your customer link, that's why we encourage you to use your customer link. So now you can drop into your matrix as a customer.
So you can get into the matrix, but you don't count as a customer for like the 25. Is that what it is?
Yes. So you still have to have 25 additional customers,
Mm-hmm.
is what I understand it to be. Now, I could be wrong and I will get more clarity, but it's my understanding that you use your customer link and you do go in as a customer, but it doesn't from what I understand, it doesn't count towards your 25. And again, I can confirm with Kevin, but I'm almost positive that's what it is.
Okay, so if your client becomes an ambassador, they just don't count toward your 25, but every client goes into the matrix regardless if they're ambassador or not.
No, ambassadors do not go into the matrix, only customers.
I know, like, if you're both a client and a ambassador, the client side is going to go to the matrix regardless. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. Yeah, you don't get matrix points for signing up ambassadors, only for clients, right? So,
Right. Right. So, and yes, so yes, you're correct. Any other questions?
I don't have a question, but I did. I've been kind of working with John on kind of a strategy to kind of maximize, profits.
Mhm.
That is kind of it's just kind of something I thought of. It sounds a little bit crazy at first, but actually the math works out really well on it. I kind of created a PDF just for us to kind of see internally. This is not something that, don't screenshot this and share with people. It's just kind of like theory crafting, kind of the potential stuff.
Yes.
Are you, Lonnie, are you able to let me share by any chance?
Yeah, definitely. You
And
should.
David, while you share your screen, let me run into the other room and
Sure.
confirm, because I know you do use your customer link, but let me see if I know that it's only customers in the matrix.
Mhm.
So let me just confirm
Yeah, I
on
just text
if
them. I
you,
text them too.
okay. So
Sure.
let me go confirm.
All right. Let
Yeah, I
me
was gonna do
share.
your David at the end, but go ahead.
Yeah. One sec. Let me get this. There it is. All right. Hold on. I gotta try again. Just stop. There it is. Sorry. I opened it after I started sharing and then it like wouldn't show it. Okay, so I call this strategy pay for 25 yourself. And I did the math between like paying for 25 individual plans, 25 kind of family plans, like in a mix of all three plans. And the difference between the monthly fees on 25 individual plans versus 25 family plans is about 325 per month. But the upside on the commissions is like insane because there's so much more money in the matrix for the family plans. So if you were to uh, do 25 plans yourself, pay for the customers, just kind of give it away to whoever, it would cost you this much, but you're still getting some commissions off of that. So it's going to be net about 1,900 a month. To break even on that, there would need to be 485 family plans in the matrix for you to break even on that. So you sign up, you're 25, and then you wait, and then you should continue to sign people up, whether that's through personal sales or if you buy like Google click ads or whatever you're going to do to get more clients, face social media ads, whatever you're going to do, keep adding more. But once 485 customers in the client are in the matrix, you're covering your monthly costs. So every client that goes into the matrix after that is just money in your pocket. So hypothetically, if you were to fill up the entire matrix with all family plans, which is not, that's like impossible, right? There's going to be a lot of individuals and stuff won't be quite this much. But if literally everyone was a family plan and you fill up an entire matrix, that would be like almost 44,000 a month in commissions after you pay the fees. You know what I mean? So this, who knows what's going to happen? There's no guarantee of income. You don't know who's going to sign up. You don't know who's going to stay signed up. You could have 10,000 people sign up one month and then everyone cancels and then you're down to like half that, so you have no idea what's going to happen. This is all just theory crafting, but it only takes, 20 agents doing 25 each to hit that 485 to break even. So literally if just everyone in this room got 25 agents, there's almost 20 people here, or got 25 clients, I should say, that's already like filling up the matrix enough to kind of get everyone to break even, like paying for 25 yourself. They have to sign up after you kind of unlock your full matrix. But I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of agents. I mean, to fill up the full matrix, that would take about 400 agents with 25 clients each. You know what I mean? And if you look at some of these other opportunities, you know what I mean? They need like 5,000, 10,000 agents signing up, you know, however many people to really kind of scale. With us, if we can get 500 really active agents signing up, 25, 30, 50, 100 people, we're golden, right? You're gonna fill up those matrices really fast.
Yeah, I
So
think I did the math and it was like, I think it was like 320 agents if they get 30 customers that would fill
yeah,
up the matrix.
yeah. I was basing off the bare minimum, you know what I mean? Because if
Yeah.
you're the one paying for the monthly fees, you know they're not going to quit,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. So that you don't have to worry about that that kind of slippage. But yeah, I recommend kind of like if you wanted to try the strategy, you know, find family friends, just say I'm going to pay this for you. You can just use it for free, and then get your 25, and then after that, kind of just do the normal sales. Try to get as many as you can after that. But it's just kind of like, okay, I got your thing. Your matrix is filling up. You unlocked all 8 levels, and now, you know, as soon as you hit, you know, about 500 people in the matrix, you're breaking even, and then everything after that's going to be profit. So,
Oh, okay,
Nice.
David. So I did get clarity on your question, and it was
mhm.
what I had said. So you use your customer link, but you are not part of your 25 customers. And if any of your customers become ambassadors or, then they're no longer going to be a customer either. And you're not going to, if you bring in 320 who get 30 customers each, remember the 320 will not be a part of the matrix, only their customers will be. So hopefully I answered
so
your
the
question.
so the if they're a client and the ambassador, they don't go into the matrix. Is
Only
that?
customers.
Well, I mean, if they're both a customer and a ambassador.
No, if they're both, then they're treated as an ambassador.
Okay,
So
so
the matrix is only for people that are not in the business.
okay, so yeah, that kind of changes it a little bit, but yeah, um, you know, that's why you want to sign up some extra in case some of those clients you sign up end up becoming agents, right? So
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, if
yeah,
anybody wants to do the pay for 25 people, I feed 500 to 600 people every Thursday and preach to them. So we got about 600 people. I probably got about 1,000 people you guys could put in if you guys want to put your money together. Let's
yeah.
do
You
it. You'll
just
be saving some homeless people. They need the mental health stuff for the most part of
yeah.
it, for
So
sure.
the information you would need to get to sign them up, you would need their, you know, their name, email address, a mailing address, and a birth date, and then if you want to, a phone number. It's not required. But yeah, you need the date of birth, email, name, and a mailing address.
Yeah, they
So
all got that. They got a PO box and they all got the Trump phone for free. So,
yeah, so
yep.
that you know,
Thank
if
you
you can
for
get
that.
that, if you can pull that data and say like, hey, we'd like to offer you this free service, put your name on this list, and you can kind of circulate that to us, and we can just kind of divvy it up and kind of get clients that way.
Okay.
Then they would get access to all these benefits. You know what I mean? We donating this to people that really can use it. You know,
Yep.
so
I could actually show them on the street how to use it too.
yeah, that'd be great.
Yep.
Well, everyone, I really enjoyed my time. And if you ever need anything, you can always reach out directly to me on WhatsApp or in the ambassadors thread if there's any way that I can help you.
Hmm.
Um, we have people here today, so unfortunately, I can't stay on for the entire call. But it was an honor to be here with all of you today. So thank you for having me. And please reach out to me if you have any more questions or anything or need anything, because we're here to help. If you have any marketing materials you need me to approve, send them my way. And I will get those approved. I've been working with Laudo getting his stuff approved. So if anybody has anything, any marketing materials, videos, whatever it is, send them my way. And I usually get them approved within 48 hours. So, any more
That's beautiful.
questions?
Can you guys just unmute and just give her a hand clap, please, everybody, for
Thank
being
you
just a
so
Thank
great
much,
you,
president?
Jessica.
Thank
You're
you
Jessica.
so much.
welcome.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. We love you guys.
Thank
Love
you.
you
Have a
too.
great day.
Bye, everyone.
All right. God bless you.
God bless
I just
you
wanted to
too.
tell you a little bit about her. I know she's super busy, so I didn't want to give like the full introduction because I didn't want to have her on here too long because I know she was busy. But she's our chief marketing officer, the president of our company. She's worked with Trump. She's worked with Obama. She's worked with so many. I'm just reading her profile. It's so long, but I mean, she did some stuff with Michael Jackson on here, Celebrity Apprentice, Fox Business, U.S. Today News, Wall Street Journal. I mean, she has been everywhere and did so many things in the Latin community to the Hispanic representation that she does over. I mean, it's above and beyond. But I want to take you guys to the website so you can see the kind of leadership that we really have on our team right after we do this presentation. But we got some of the best people that have ever came together to do a business. I mean, these people all could have did 10 businesses by themselves, but they seem to come all together to create this one, this special business that we're so blessed to be a part of. So I want to go straight into it. I'm going to talk about the four pillars. Number one is the new benefits. It's the gold standard. And when you get off this call, I want you guys to understand that we're partnered with the number one person in the world. Well, we didn't just get a partnership to save money. We got the best partnership that's going to make it easier for everybody and simple for everybody to have the best benefits of what we're giving. Number two is we're a public company. So we have so much transparency. I've been in so many different companies that they never got to the point of being a public company. That was like their dream. It was like, after 10 years of doing this, we'll get public. And it was like, we're starting out on people's 10-year dreams. And that's how this business started out. So it just tells you the key players that we have. Number three is Benivita. This is a telemedicine ecosystem. You guys have to look at it as a stack. You know, that's the 2026 word, but ecosystem is something that we can look at where it's part of everything that we really need in the healthcare system. And then number four, I want to go over the opportunity. And the thing that I'm so happy about the opportunity is 100% legal. It's structured in a way where this compensation model can help everybody make money. If you're somebody that really doesn't know how to build a business at all, this might be your first business. There's a possibility that you're going to be making as much as the leader that's going to be bringing most of these ambassadors in. And I just thought that's such a godly thing. And this was, John structured that, the owner of the company, just to bless people, man. He has enough money, is it's not going to really change his life when we're making millions together. He's waiting for the billions to come, but he really has a strategy to help just the common person. Like, you could put your mom or your brother in this business, and they could start making a residual income that's so huge that it's kind of unheard of in this industry to have a real residual check like I'm going to talk about today. So pillar one, let's go over it. The gold standard of industry excellence. And I want you guys to think about that. I thought about this verse right here. A prudent man foresees the difficulties ahead and prepares for them. And that's what when John first started telling me about this business, he said, listen, you build the foundation, Lonnie, because we're going to go so high in the sky. And when you get so high, the air gets really thin. And that's when that's when everybody comes in, when all the money starts coming in. So he says you build the foundation solid. So when you build on top of it, everything is going to be able to just build straight up. There's not going to be a time where we're going to have to stop and do this and fix this regulation or do something like that. So this pillar one is just really outstanding. This is a legacy built company. It's been around for over 40 years, and it's the authority of the telehealth industry. So we call it the Goliath of the field. So I love this company because we're never going to settle for average. We're always on an excellent path, right? We're aligned with God also, but that's how God does things. He does it at an excellent. He doesn't skip corners. He makes sure it takes a little bit of time to get to that excellent level. And that's why it took, this team years and years and years to finally figure this out, to get it to us right now at the perfect timing in our life. We're the only licensed professional or personal consumption model in this. So there's nobody else they're working with that could go one-on-one to people. This is a 40-year company, and what they do is they go after companies. They go after the biggest companies, and I'll share with you some of the companies that are under their belt. It's just an amazing plethora of, great companies. So, if you've been around for 40 years, you weathered the storm, you've been through it all. And that's what I love about the years of experience that New Benefits has. So they have an enterprise level infrastructure is built with the compliance and scale required to lead on a global stage. So we're doing the personal consumption. We're getting, one client at a time or 25. If you're David, you just buy them all yourself. However you guys are going to go get these customers, it's a beautiful thing. But just think that this company's been around getting clients, but they've been getting them for businesses, big businesses that have so many compliance issues. And this is something that you could put in their package to all their employees. So let's go over scale and authority, the strength in numbers. It's the largest non-insured benefits provider in the world. So we're partnered with the number one in the world. I've been looking at their website, reading about them. They're bigger than what I could even imagine after you start going to their website and knowing about them. Look at this right here, 25 million monthly customers. That might not seem like a huge number to some of us, but, I started thinking, like, how many people are in the United States? 342 million people, supposedly. And so that means that 7.3% of the United States is using this service. So if you're going to tell me that this isn't for everybody, I mean, I don't know of too many services that have over, 7% of the overall population. I don't know too many services. I don't even know if Netflix has that many people, right? Who knows? But I know that's a large majority. And it just proves to me that people really want this and people need this. For a company's ownership to say, hey, my company needs this for its employees, tells me that it's a great benefit for everybody around the United States. 100% corporate client based. And so we're the only ones that are really going out here getting one-on-one people. Just think of this company signing up big corporations after big corporations to be a part of this. Top tier partnerships. I want you guys to look at global giants like Marsh, McClellan, and Brown and Brown. These are super huge companies. Put them in the internet and they're partnered with them. Let's go over some other partners. I really want to explain to you how powerful this is, because these might be some household names that you guys know. Health and Wellness, United Healthcare, Samaritan Ministries. I'm going to tell you, United Healthcare is one of the top 30 companies in the United States. I trade the US 30, and that's one of the top 30 companies in the United States. Commerce and Tech, eBay. Has anybody heard of eBay? What about Sally's Beauty? I mean, these are companies, they're household names. What about food industry? Has anybody ever heard of Tyson Foods? I mean, I don't even know if you can eat chicken unless it's produced by Tyson's Food, really. My nephew was just over, and that's all he was eating, the Dino Nuggets by Tyson. Red Lobster, Burger King, sports and lifestyle, the LPG and the PGA Tour, too. I found out that they also sponsor the men and the women of golf. But there's way more than this. I just picked a couple to show you guys. There's way more companies that are using this service. It's just a very great service. Let's go over number two. Number two is really cool. We're not going to talk about it too long here, but I just want to show you guys this separates us from other companies. Remember that I just told you that direct sales companies, their end game is to become public, right? There's only a couple of them that ever did it. They always got, like, if you start a company, it's like, in 10 years, we're going to be public. They ask everybody to jump in. But this company started out public, which some of us don't even understand. But this is a public. Panacea Life Sciences, the core. Man, look at PLSH, and you can see it. You can put that in on you or Yahoo, Google, whatever you check stuff, and you'll see this company listed on here. So what's important about being a public company? Full financial disclosures, right? Complete reporting of dollars in and dollars out. That's something that's very unique. If it was just a company that you own by yourself, you could say anything. You could say, oh, we're making this amount of money, but you're really not. This has to be full disclosures. Quarterly filings, Form 10Q is something that they have to do all the time. Section 10 disclosures. These are SEC governance is governing over this company to make sure they're doing the right thing. These are things that are unheard of in this industry, of an industry that basically, touches the legal line, the gray areas. We're totally in compliance on everything with our company. We don't have any worries at all. We actually have Kevin Grimes. He's one of the number one attorneys in the world for direct sales, and he's a spearhead of this company. It just, I mean, this man, if you talk to him on the phone, you could just see how brilliant he is. But the way that he set this up so legally, it's just like, man, we couldn't have had anybody better than him. Trust me, you guys. The value of the public status, it ensures three critical pillars for the business. Number one, it ensures we're in compliance, all the legal laws. Number two is there's an oversight looking over everything that's going on. Number three, investor accessible reporting. So there are investors that invest in this publicly traded company, and they'll be able to see what's coming in, what's going out, what's really there. And that's something that's so unique in our field. Again, you guys, this pillar number two. I don't want anybody to take a nap on this. This is something that's very, very serious and makes us so credible. You know, the average person that I'm going to talk about green apples in a little bit, but a green apple, somebody that's like a scientist and they want to know every detail of a business. You know, is it a scam? Is it not? You just send them to this right here. And I guarantee you they'll come back and they'll say, I want to sign on the dotted line right now. Let's go. So what is this about? Trust and accountability. Unlike private companies that can hide their finances, a public company like Panacea Life Sciences Holdings must show its homework to the government and public every quarter, you guys. So there's no risk involved with us. There's not a secret. There's not a magic show. They're not they used to say a Bible term, pay Peter, or you're paying Peter to pay Paul or something. None of that stuff over here. Let's go to number three. Benivita. Man, this is our home right here. Benivita digital healthcare ecosystem. And I want you guys to know what we have. Jessica did a great job of explaining. Some of you guys are brand new to this business and you kind of didn't know what she was talking about really because you haven't seen a video or maybe your friend just got you on this call. But I'm going to tell you, for the president to tell us those informations, that makes me want to sign up all over again because it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Benivita, here we go. So it's a telemedicine platform without walls. You know, it's like a hospital without walls where you can get on your phone or on, Zoom or wherever you can get on through the app to talk to somebody that can really help you with medical issues. It's an affordable thing. You could be a citizen or a non-citizen in the U.S. and use this. I know there's a lot of things right now in America. Are they a citizen? Are they not? Should they be able to do this or that? Well, this is one of those that you can do and you could benefit even if you're not a citizen. And that's one of the things I really loved about this company. So let's look at the customer memberships. There's three different levels. There's the $69.95 for an individual. The individual plus one, that could be a wife or somebody who lives with you in your house. That's $79.95. So adding on another person for $10, if you don't see the benefit of that, that's just that's impressive. The family of five, though, for the $89.95 is the most impressive to me. And I believe, if you got a family, you need to put your kids on here, put everybody who lives in the house with you on this. Because this is something that everybody's going to be using and everybody needs different services here. So these are the primary medical services available 24/7 through the platform. So number one is 24-hour virtual urgent care, around the clock access to medical professionals for immediate needs. This is when you're going to call and your kid says he's sick, or, the wife says she's sick and she might need to stay home from work, or the kid might need to stay home from work. These are those kind of concerning issues like that. Number two is discounted prescription program. And Jessica went over this. We got 1,500 medicines that are either tier one that are going to be free. And these are the tier one are the most used medicines. You guys can go on the internet and look up tier one, tier two, and tier three. Because it's a thing, right? Tier two, the medicine is going to cost you $5. Tier three, the medicine is going to cost you $7 each. I mean, my dad pays over $200 a month for his medicine. I'm his caregiver, and he has the Navy's insurance, right? And I looked and I compared, and most of his stuff fell under tier one, and a couple things fell under tier two. So out of $200 worth of medicine that he gets a month, I could break that down to $30 for getting him a membership here. Is that a tremendous savings? Yes, everybody knows that. But the mental health service is something that America really needs the most. I mean, to me, right? I'm a homeless street pastor, and a lot of people have mental health issues. And some people just want to talk to somebody. They have nobody to talk to. But you could talk to a doctor from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at your local time with any healthcare issues you have. You're not going to be talking to a nurse. You're actually going to be talking to a doctor. And that's what separates the new benefits package that other companies don't have, right? Most other companies that do telehealth are just resellers. But, going with the number one in the world, you're going to be talking to doctors instead of just talking to nurses. And that's a big thing, you guys, because the doctor really knows what to do. How many people, raise your hand if you ever been on the call with the nurse or been at the hospital with the nurse and she says, okay, well, let me tell the doctor that, he'll get right back to you. It's kind of like playing phone tag in real life. Virtual primary care also focused on preventative care and long-term health management. And this is where if you have a chronic issues like diabetes or high blood pressure or other things like that, we can get you a lot of assistance. I heard about, somebody asked me, do we have Ozempic? I don't think we have Ozempic, but we have something similar to it because there's a lot of GLP-1s, I guess. But you guys look into that because that's something right here on that primary care. Some people actually need it. If you're obese, it's a way for you to get that weight off you if you want to go that route. Additional discounted services are dental savings 10 to 80%, 39,000 providers, vision, specialized vision benefits, and buying glasses and things like that. I believe there's also hearing aid discounts and access to travel discounts, roadside assistance, and many more things. I mean, we stayed here and talked about everything like Jessica was saying. You have to really go through the app to really see everything that we have here. It's impressive, and it's a plethora of different things that we have. So I want you guys to understand one thing about Benivita, right? And how to talk about Benivita. Number one is it's not insurance. Never call Benivita insurance. It's just not, and that's the wrong name. And that's the only thing that really you could do to send us out of compliance really easily is to say this is insurance. So let's just all say together, you don't have to unmute yourself, but everybody say Benivita is not insurance. It's an insurance alternate, right? Many people avoid the doctor because of high deductibles or complex insurance rules. Benevita simplifies this by offering flat rate prescriptions, pricing, 24/7 access, making healthcare proactive rather than just emergency only situations. All right. We all need to stay on top of our health. A lot of guys don't kind of go to the doctor and then something big happens and then they have to go to the doctor. But just imagine this is somewhere you can call your doctor and say, hey, man, my ear right here, my eye is dry. I had to go to the doctor because my eyes seemed like they were really dry. They gave me a prescription for eye drops, but then they told me I could just get over the counter stuff. I got that. And now my eyes are way better. So we should never wait until we're going to lose everything. We should always, do preventative stuff, you guys. You guys don't want a big bill or a big health scare. You guys want to just deal with everything when they come up. Number 4, let's go over number 4. And this is the part that's going to make people not be able to go to sleep. Because when John presented this to me, I lost sleep for a couple of days. The opportunity outline, tiered matrix potential. This is a monthly benefit. So the total membership capacity for your team, it's in a tier, right? It's a 3x8 matrix. And when it fills up, it'll be 9,840 members, customers. The total monthly potential is around 14,700 or higher if you fill it up, right? If you're talking to people, you want to keep the numbers around $10,000. That's the compliant way to talk about it. Since you guys are mostly ambassadors, I could talk to you guys about the real numbers because we're going over real figures. But you don't need to go around and tell everybody you're going to make 14,700. No, if everything works out for you and you put in the work, you're going to make 14,700 on the low end or higher, depending on, how your matrix fills out. So the tier breakdown is like this. Tier 1 through 4, 2 through 4 is going to be 3 to 81 members. The compensation is $1 per member, right? On tiers 5 through 8 or 5 through 7 is going to be 243 to 2,187. That's going to give you $1.50 per member customer. And then tier 8 is so big, so I kind of like split it up by itself. It's going to be 600 or 6,561 customers, members, and the compensation is $1.50 per member. And that's how we get that number at that 14,700. Also, when you personally get a customer, right? You're going to also get a residual income. You're going to get money when they sign up, and you're going to get money when they continue to pay the subscription. And the subscription is just like Netflix, to where it's just going to come out monthly out of their stuff, and it's going to be like Netflix. You're going to want to keep on the service, just like people love Netflix or love other app services. And it's going to generate you a monthly residual income of $5 a month if you get somebody at the personal level where they just buy their membership. I believe it's $7 when you get somebody that does the +1, and it's $10 when you sign up somebody in a family of 5. Okay. So those are 2 ways we basically get paid. What is your primary goal? The mindset of an ambassador should always be enroll 35 customers. Enroll 35 customers. How hard would it be if I told you to enroll 35 customers and you can make up to $14,700 when the matrix filled up, not by just your work, but by the team's work together? How many people can find 35 people? You know, David, when he just showed us how to get, pay for 25 people, but he's doing it in the beforehand, in the beginning. But I'm going to tell you right now, let's say you sign up your son or your mom or something, and her matrix is filled up with 9,000 something people, and she has the opportunity to make $4,000 residual a month, and she doesn't have 25 customers. I think like what he said, was it $2,000, I believe, to sign up 25 people. Now, are you going to sign up 25 people for $2,000 if you got the potential that you're going to make $14,000 that next month? I think everybody can see the math genius. And I think David is like one of them people that are just above his time. He's thinking about 2030 because he's an investor. He's a person that runs investments for people. So he's always thinking about the future. So think like David, man, and think about the future, because it's going to be huge. And to get 10,000 people in this organization as customers isn't that hard. I was doing the math and I said, well, 100 people getting 100 customers is how many people? Does anybody know how many customers that would be if 100 ambassadors got 100 customers each? Does anybody know how many people that is? No, I can't hear you. Maybe because I'm muted. 1 second. Let me take my stuff off mute. I know somebody. Oh, go ahead. Unmute yourself. What's 100 times 100 or 100 times 100? Does anybody know? Well, what about 200 times 50?
Lonnie, you're the teacher. Teach us.
How much is 100 times 100, Chris?
A lot. I got to mute because I got the kids right here with me. If not, you guys are going to be hearing a bunch of screaming kids. All right.
All right, brother. Well, 100 times 100, I believe, is 10,000. Well, so what about 200 times 50? That would be if 200 ambassadors got 50 customers. How about if 400 got 25? How many people is that? You guys tell me. But all I do know is this is a beautiful, beautiful way to build this company together. And we don't need that many people, ambassadors, to get enough customers. That's what I love about it. So I want to highlight the long-term stability and the market relevance at Benivita compared to the trendy business models that you guys always hear about. Our longevity positions Benivita as a sustainable opportunity. It's a long-term model rather than a short-term trend. And I'm done with short-term trends. I don't have time to build something and it collapse. I don't have that time anymore in my life. I have to look and make sure that the company's really a good company. I look at 4 things when I'm looking at a company, right? The number one thing is, does the product, is it good enough for people to get, right? That's the number one thing, because without a product, all this doesn't even matter, right? That's the number one thing. The number 2 thing is the ownership. Are the ownership good people? Are they doing the right thing? Because there's a lot of good products, but the owners can run away and do weird stuff with the money. Been there, done that. So those are 2 things that are great. Then I want to look at, is the company in debt? Does it owe a lot of money? Right? Is it self-sustaining? Can it last for years and years? And this company right there, as a public company, we already know that is doing very, very great. And the 4th thing I want to know after all that, then I'm concerned about, how do I make money from it? Is it going to allow me to make money? This comp plan that this company put together is the best comp plan that I ever seen. And it's for the average person. Most comp plans are called top heavy, where, you know, a leader like me or a leader like somebody else on this call is going to make a whole lot of money and everybody else is going to be kind of struggling. This company right here is from the bottom up. My mentor, you know, he taught me that. I didn't even know it existed. I've been in this network marketing for about 25 years and never knew that it existed until John sat me down and said, man, make it bottom up. And I said, well, what does that do? He said, that gets the average person great money, you know, and it doesn't even cut the big builder from making a lot of money. He's still making a lot of money also. But we're just not funneling all the money to a couple people at the top. I love that sustainability and long-term goals of this company. The market projection, we always have to look at that because we want to predict like David. David can predict the future. I guarantee you he knows all these numbers that I'm about to say right here, because this is what he was looking for. But, you know, $550 billion is projected to flow into similar telehealth environments in the next 3 to 5 years. So are we at the right place at the right time? I say we are, because there's going to be $500 million coming into this industry. If we could get a couple million each, that's just a couple crumbs off of the table. I'll be happy with that. I'm not going to be, you know, mad if all of us could get $1 million out of this deal. It would be a great thing. Benivita has an edge. You know, it distinguishes itself by being an actual service provider. And it's not just, you know, somebody selling a service from somebody else. We're the service provider ourselves. All right. Thank you, guys. Questions and answers. And we're going to give out our link so you guys can sign up. Does anybody have any questions? I want to do one more thing. I'm going to teach you guys how to get customers. And then we're done with this call. Let's see what time it is. Yeah, I'm going to go over how to get customers really quick, and then we'll get off of this call. I have another call afterwards. I have a trading academy that I'm going to have to get to. But let me show you guys one more thing, and this is something that really impressed me also. Let's see here. And here we go. These are the things when you try to get a customer or you try to talk to an ambassador, you need to know these 3 things in step 1. Number 1 is who we are. You know, Benivita is a mission-driven healthcare platform delivering affordable, accessible digital care. The number 2 thing you need to know is what we do. Everybody needs to write this down right now or take a screenshot of this, because this is very important. We provide a full-service telehealth ecosystem to replace expensive insurance gaps with scalable solutions. And number 3 thing that you need to know about this company, why do we do it? These are questions that everybody wants to ask, and they don't even know they want to ask it. So if you give this to them before they even ask, you'll be knowledgeable about this subject. So why we do it? Because the current system is broken, leaving over 70 million Americans without adequate health coverage. Think about that. 70 million people don't have anything at all. The other people that have health, like my dad, they're getting charged too much. And everybody's sick and tired of it. Number 2, let's go to step 2 right here. Set your business foundation. Build confidence through familiarity and goals. Personalized use. We want you guys to get your own service. Become your own customer. It's a beautiful thing. Why would you want to be your own customer? Is because you want to understand all the benefits. You want to go through the app yourself. You want to use the services yourself so you can create stories, right? Familiarize yourself with the Benivita dashboard so you can speak from experience, you guys. Number 2 here, identify your goals. What lifestyle change? What legacy do you want to build for you and your family? These are the kind of things you're going to ask yourself. Clarity drives your confidence. If you have a clear vision of what you want in life, I was just talking to my minister, really good friend of mine, man, that does ministry with me. And he said, man, I need a house. And I just sent him this link and said, okay, you need a house. This can get you a house. $14,000 a month, if you build it with me, can get you a house for sure in San Diego, where the average house costs $1 million. Review the matrix. Understand this matrix. Some people don't understand the matrix, never been paid out by a matrix. Understand the potential of the 8-tier scalable compensation model. Understand how you're going to get paid. And when you understand it, it'll be simpler for you to get paid and for you to maximize it. Number 3, step 3, build your red list. What do I mean by red list? Usually when somebody says red, that means stop, right? But no, in this case, red means red apples. Red apples. So filter for energy. Write down 10 to 20 names of people who are forward thinking and growth oriented. Like the minister David, right? My right hand man in ministry. That's the kind of people that want something and then you can tell them what it is and they understand. You don't want to be fighting with people to tell them, man, make $14,000 a month. It shouldn't be a fight. It should be somebody who want it. Avoid brown apples. There's 3 different kind of apples, and I'm going to go over them in a second. But brown apples are people that are just negative. They always tell you everything's bad. Nothing ever works for them. Let them keep their life how it is. Sometimes brown apples become red apples when you become wealthy, and then they say, man, I'll just do exactly what you said. If you talk to brown apples, usually what they're going to tell you is, once you do it, then tell me about it. You don't even got to go there with them. I always tell all my family, regardless if they're red, brown, or green apples, I always tell them because I hate building. I've been to the top of 2 different companies like this. And the first time I told everybody, the second time I didn't, because they kind of burnt me out. They were mean to me and said it wasn't going to work, and it did work. And then they started telling me, tell me the next time. I didn't tell them the next time. And when I got really big in the company, I could have gave them good spots in the beginning, and those spots ran out. And, everybody was kind of hurt and saying, Lonnie, why didn't you put us in better positions? So I always tell all my family and closest friends. But let's go to step 4. Execute the simple conversation. If you guys need a script, this is like a real simple one. You guys can make up your own. We have a few on our team on the corporate level that actually have some good ones too. But the hook, right? You always want to hook somebody in. Are you happy with your current health insurance coverage? That's the first question. And I'm going to tell you that I asked everybody this, and nobody but one person, my president of my nonprofit, Anne-Marie, she's 86 years old. She's the only one. And I think if you tell her anything, she always says everything's perfect with everything. I mean, I've seen her go through some traumatic stuff, and she's like, nothing was wrong with that, Lonnie. It's okay. So I think she's just going to always say everything is really good. But everybody else I ever asked, are you happy with your current health insurance coverage? They all say, no, I hate it. I pay too much, right? The second question, if they don't say why they hate it, ask them this. Do you feel like you're paying too much for your insurance? Oh man, everybody's gonna say, yes, I'm paying way too much. It's crazy, right? You're already in there. You're on their side. You're solving a problem for them now. So then you want to pivot. The second part is the pivot. I recently found a healthcare company called Benivita. If I could show you a way to cover your entire family for under $90 a month, would you want to take a look? Man, how many people are going to say yes to that? They're paying so much money. I mean, if you could really give them all the benefits at Benivita, they're going to say yes. Most people, remember this, most people say no. My mentor taught me this. He said most people say no to stuff because they don't know what you're talking about. What does that mean? Most people say N-O because they don't K-N-O-W know what you're talking about. So once you can K-N-O-W and they know what you're talking about, then that N-O becomes a Y-E-S. Remember that, you guys. You guys remember one thing tonight? My mentor taught me that, John. I want you guys to remember that. Let's go to the third part, the referral. What do you have to do after you ask them those simple questions? Give them your link. That's it. You give them your link. You let the website work for you. If they want to be an ambassador, hey, I want to be on this mission with you. Give them that link. If they want to be a customer, you give them that link. Now, what I do is I tell people, this is a key right here. I want to show you guys from years of doing stuff like this. I don't just give somebody a link out of nowhere and then get back to them 3 days later. I say, hey, I got a link for you. When can you look at it? Most people will say right now. I send it to them right now and I look at it with them and I help them fill it out right then and there. Help them fill it out. Stay on the call with them. Stay in person with them if you give them the link. Now, some people say, man, I'm so busy right now. I'll look at it in 2 days. Then I'll say to them, let me get your number. I'll call you back in 2 days and then we'll look at the website together. What that usually does is it makes somebody says, hey, can you just send me the link right now? And I say, oh no, man, this link is so valuable. I want to be on the call with you. Or I want to see you in person to be able to explain everything to you. Right? Because you don't want to be with this valuable information. You just give it to somebody and they act like it's just another email that they got, this spam or something. Make sure that you have the value and the proposition and you're face to face with them or on the call with them. Okay, you guys? Make sure of that. That's something that's super duper important. Let me go ahead and pull this down a little bit more. And we'll get to the last part. And then we're done, you guys. All right. What is the ambassador mindset? Let's say it all together. We want to enroll 25 customers to open the 8 levels of the matrix, right? But what does that really mean to us? If we really need 25 people, then we really need to shoot for 35 people. We want some extra people because if somebody drops out, now the retention rate on this company is sky high. It's not like one of those companies that you got to build every month. So over 85% of the people that sign up for this service are going to stay on the service. So sometimes, that 10 to 15% that's going to drop out, in a couple months or 6 months later, 2 people drop out of your system. Just have enough people so you don't have to worry about that. Plus, the more people you have, the more residual income you're going to end up making too. Remember that. So what should I do with my time in this business? I'm going to make it so easy for you. Look at this right here. Ambassador best practices on the right bottom. You're going to spend 95% of your time with red apples. Those are action takers, positive people, people that don't bring up negative things, people that are ready to go and make money with you or have did some stuff before with you, really believe in you. Those are the kind of people you want to spend your time with. Now, the second type of people that you could spend a little bit of time with are the green apples. We call green apples, they're data driven. They're people that want to analyze everything. They're not going to sign up when you tell them the first day. It's going to take them a little bit of time. They want to look at the company. They want to look at the structure. They want to look at who owns it. They want to do, let me look at the public company. Let me see how much it is today and tomorrow. They're going to be those type of people. Spend about 5% of your time with them. When they call you, ask you a couple questions, tell them to write down all their questions, and then take your time on sending them the information back. Because I would just send them the website and say, look at it. One of my green apples, I sent him the website, didn't even really tell him anything. He was hounding me for like 3 days, man. Where do I sign up? Where do I sign up? Because he said I was telling him stuff about the company. The next phone call we got on, and he knew more about it than me. I'm like, man, I've been with the owner, hanging with them for days, and the guy knew more than me. So those people are good people because when they really want to sign up and do something, they really just stick with it. Spend 0 time with rotten apples. Rotten apples, you don't even want them in your group. They're going to be problems. Cut your time. I learned this from my mentor again, John, because I used to, hang around with, you could tell, right? I'm over here, I'm a street minister and stuff. So sometimes those might be considered some of the people out there are rotten apples that don't take opportunities. I love on them and everything like that. But this isn't a business for people that are going to, hold you back and be negative about stuff. This is something you want an excellent mind and spirit about, and you want to win, win, win. Does anybody have any questions? No questions? Well, my mentor used to say, if there's no questions, that means you did an excellent job, Lonnie. So that's good. I got another call I have to be on, but I just wanted you guys to know I'm 100% in, 10 toes on the ground. I'm running with you guys. I'm here for you. And I just want to build up this to help a lot of people. I believe we can help a lot of people together when we build this up. as an ambassador, you kind of want your friends and family in the beginning. It's just started. So don't waste the positioning. Sometimes people never get in the beginning, okay? Let's see. Somebody said they're going to touch base with me. All right. Love you guys. God bless. Have a good day. We'll put this on the recording for you guys. I love the part where our president came in and really helped us out. And you guys, we have the link for you guys to sign up. Just text me personally if you want that link, and I'll sign you guys up tonight. God bless. Bye-bye.